Hello, I'm Davis Ayega.
And I'm Olive Burrows. Welcome to the special Friday edition of News Shot, where we recap the week's biggest stories.
We start off on a tragic note following the gruesome deaths of at least 44 people in Nakuru, Solai, where a privately owned dam busted banks following torrential rains. Half of those who were killed in the Wednesday night incident were children as rescue and recovery efforts continue. The Director of Public Prosecutions, Nuruddin Haji, has directed the Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet, to determine if there is any criminal culpability on the part of the dam's owner, Patel, after whom the dam is named. In an effort to avoid any further loss of life, the two other dams on his property were inspected on Thursday, and it was resolved that one of them be discharged.
Our thoughts and our prayers are with the affected families. Meanwhile, Kenya has begun screening for Ebola at its border points in response to the outbreak in the neighboring Republic of Congo. Health Cabinet Secretary Cecily Karuki says thermal guns have been stationed at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and the Busia and Malaba borders. The last time Kenya was on high alert for Ebola was in 2014, when West African nations were hard hit by the disease. So far, at least 17 deaths have been reported from the disease in the DRC.
To matters diplomacy now, it has been a busy week for the House on the Hill, with President Uhuru Kenyatta hosting two African heads of state. The Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed arrived in the country Sunday for a two-day state visit, which was followed by a visit by Djibouti President Ismail Gulay. Staying with the cross-border commitments, Kenya and Ghana became the first African countries to deposit ratified Continental Free Trade Area instruments at the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa.
In the corridors of justice, East African Legislative Assembly MP Simon Mbugua was arraigned on Wednesday together with two others for robbery with violence. Mbugua, together with his two co-accused, identified as Jamal and Odhis, stand accused of robbing Timothy Muriuki of 100,000 shillings when his press conference on the state of Nairobi was interrupted by goons. On another court matter, Director of Public Prosecutions Nuruddin Haji on Tuesday said he would be appealing the acquittal of televangelist James Nganga on vehicular manslaughter charges, a move the Inspector General of Police Joseph Boynet has supported while defending his officer's handling of the case.
On trade union matters, the Kenya National Union of Teachers is divided on who should occupy the office of the Secretary General. The most recent development being Wilson Sossion storming their headquarters in downtown Nairobi after he was denied access on Monday despite a court order that directed he remain Secretary General, in answered prayer to a suit he filed challenging his suspension and the nomination of Hesbon Otieno in an acting capacity. Tutors in institutions of higher learning themselves remain up in arms and are adamant they will not call off their over 70-day strike until they enter into a collective bargaining agreement.
Internationally, Donald Trump is well on his way to making history by becoming the first sitting U.S. president to meet a North Korean leader. The meeting, Trump said in a tweet, is slated for the 12th of next month in Singapore. Malaysia's Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad also made history this week by becoming the oldest elected leader at 92 years of age. Another senior citizen, David Goodall, also made waves this week when he expressed a desire to die at the age of 104. The Australian scientist was successful in his quest when he travelled to Switzerland, where assisted voluntary death is legal.
I no longer want to continue life. I am happy to pass, to have the chance tomorrow to end it.
For the sports lovers, let us support our very own Gor Mahia as they face off Hull City this coming Sunday in Kasarani Stadium. Let us go and feel that stadium. But for more on this and other stories, subscribe to our news YouTube channel. I'm Davis Ayega.
And I'm Olive Burrows. Thank you for watching.